3, 2, 1.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
It's Simply Greg on the
Welcome to the hangout. I know you want to go to the hangout. Welcome to the hangout. To the hangout. Welcome to the hangout. Come and have some fun. To the hangout. Welcome to the hangout. No matter where you're from.
Hey, man, oh man, oh man.
Must be that time, Price.
Ooh, is it? It is absolutely that time to make some magic. I mean, some real magic.
Wicked.
Yeah, man. Speaking of magic, it is a magical kind of day, you know. We just came back from the screening of Wicked.
Like literally, feet in the dough, hands on mic, and freshest eyes as fresh could be.
Fresh as eyes ever. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like you said, we have fresh eyes. We just got back from the screening. Shout out to them boys, them double toasted boys out there, Corey and Martin. You know what I'm saying? Always a pleasure seeing them boys out on the scene. You know what I mean? From our double toasted brothers out there. Shout out to y'all for sure. No, this is definitely magical, man, because for one.
Oh, you must have found them after I went to the bathroom, huh? Yeah, you must have.
Oh no.
I must have missed that moment.
No, actually, you walked right past him. I was going to see if you recognize him, but you literally walked right past him as you was going up to your seat. He was right there on your right hand side too, dog. Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I saw him earlier. I was actually when I was waiting on y'all when I came out to see if y'all was out there. I ran right into him. So definitely shout out to the DT crew out there. Yeah. No, man, this is
double toasted.
Yeah, man, this was cool because this was different. This was on a Sunday. We never go to a screening on a Sunday, but I must say, just vibe wise and everything like that, it was cool. It was really, really cool because it wasn't rushing to get off work and trying to change clothes and all that stuff there, man.
Yeah.
So the hustle and bustle of it wasn't there. So this was just very relaxed, very chill. You know what I mean? So it was good. It was good.
Well, speak for yourself, Price. Speak for yourself.
I mean, hey, I don't.
It was easier for you than it was for me.
Yep.
But they came here to listen to us review a movie, not me complain.
Some people might be like, "Hey, what happened, Shawty?" So who knows? They might want to know.
What's going on there, Shawty?
What's going on, Shawty? What's going on? So, But I will say,
but I got there in the nick of time.
I was going to say that's all that matters,
ladies and gentlemen.
That's all that matters.
Got there in the nick of time.
Got in the nick of time. You know what I'm saying? And we both got a chance to enjoy it. You up top, I'm at the bottom. You know what I mean? So two different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So, but good either way though. You know what I mean?
Yes, the viewing experience, it does shape your review in a sense. So I understand what you mean by that. Absolutely. If you have, and we was in the IMAX theater, so I mean, come on. And if you have the opportunity to watch this IMAX, I would suggest to do that. Colors are popping. The sound is there. You know what I'm saying? The sound is sounding. Sound popping too.
You know what I mean? So it's definitely doing what it's supposed to do in an IMAX theater. Of course, the screen is extra large and everything like that. So you just getting everything that's supposed to be in that scene is in that scene.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything, shouting.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's all there for you. So jumping right into what we do, like we do, because y'all know they can't review it the way we do it.
Not the way we do it, shouting. Not the way we do it, shouting.
Nah, not at all. We want to, I know what you came for. You want to know. Now, I will say there are some people who are listening who have seen the Broadway play, i.e. me, for example.
You lucky son of a guns.
Yes. And then there's the ones who have not.
Want to go see it,
and they want to know. They just want to know. What's the hype about this thing? Should I even go see it, or should I just wait to go see the play? I even talked about that with Corey afterwards. To be honest with you, he hadn't seen it.
What's all the hubbub for real?
Yeah, well, I think anybody knows, X, is that there's a difference. There is a difference. Like, for example, we saw Color Purple, right? We saw the play version of it. I saw the original movie, and then I saw the movie based on the play. I never got a chance to see the play. However, I've heard from people that absolutely says the play was better. You know what I mean? And I will give my take on that as a person who have seen both the Wicked Broadway play and now the Wicked movie. I will give you my take on that when we get to our end ratings.
Yes, because there's a lot of people in your plate, Price. The play was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Let's see if are they really? Did they do the movie justice? Right. You got to be their voice, Price.
Right. Was it a good adaptation? You know what I'm saying? Did it was good was it translated over well? So y'all stick with us. Definitely will let you know. And so without further ado, like my man does every time, you know what I'm saying, gives us some of that beautiful, beautiful beam footage. Can you hit us off with the Wicked trailer?
Wicked. This is the Wicked trailer, ladies and germs. Here we go.
Fellow Ozians, the Wicked Witch of the West is dead.
Don't let her get away!
Let me tell you the whole story. Our paths did cross. At school. You're green. I am.
Together we're unlimited.
She had her secrets.
Absolutely remarkable.
There is no fight we cannot win. Just you and I defying gravity.
Why is it you're always causing some sort of commotion?
I don't cause commotions, I am one. Some of us are just different.
Listen to me. You can do anything.
Kiss me goodbye and defying gravity. And you can pull me down.
I know.
All aboard the Emerald City!
Just follow the road. It's gonna lead you right to me.
So if you care to find me to the western sky.
The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy. This Wicked Witch.
Don't be afraid. It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
No wizard that there is or was is ever gonna bring me
Wicked.
If you like musicals, then this is definitely where you want to be. Let me just say that. Let me start off with that. If you like musical, this is where you want to be. If you don't like musical, if you don't like a lot of singing and all this stuff here and numbers and choreograph, you know what I'm saying, action and whatever, this might not be for you because there's a lot. There is a lot of it. However, I was surprised at the way they was able to balance it, and that is what I was looking for first and foremost: the balance of regular movie dialogue compared to musical. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Pretty good. So, X, let's let's just get right into this, man. I wanna set them up because for anybody that's not familiar with this, let's make sure y'all understand. Wicked is basically the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. All right.
And Price, so yeah, for the record, you've seen The Wizard of Oz, right?
I have.
You've seen it.
I've seen it, and I've read the book twice.
Okay, gotcha. I too have seen it. Not had the chance to read the book. Maybe something else I should pick up later, but yeah, along with the play for this, but.
I think it's quite.
I've seen The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I think it's quite obvious. I'm all about that Wizard of Oz life. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely about it. Like I said, read the book twice. Seen the movie. I've seen quite different adaptations of the movie. I saw the one they did Oz with what's my man name? James Franco. That was a prequel of sorts as well. So I've seen quite a few takes on this. And I definitely have, I guess, my favorites. Oz was actually really good. I was very much entertained by it. And I used to work at the Fox, and so they had the Broadway play there. And me being not so much into musicals and so forth and so on, I was a little apprehensive, of course, at first, but I had heard so much about it. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'm already getting paid to be here. Let me just go ahead and peek at it and see. It was one of them days where I had nothing else going on. Grabbed me a little bit of free popcorn, sat down and said, let me check this thing out. Pleasantly surprised because that Broadway play was put on so well. The production, production designer, oh my goodness, man. They did an amazing job. And so they definitely invite you to use your imagination, which a lot of people, aren't able to do now because your imagination is given to you by these phones and other technology and so forth and so on. But sitting there in a dark room with other people and being asked to use your imagination just for a couple of hours is an amazing experience, especially when you see what they're able to do on a stage. Now, keep in mind, it's not a movie, so they're limited to just that space and what they can do between the time when they drop the curtains or they turn the lights down low and they got to bring in other, stage props and so forth and so on. If you allow yourself, you will totally forget that you're at a play and you're just like looking at the marvel of what they've been able to do. And of course, there's like soundtracks for the musical and everything like that. And there's popular songs that, you'll hear people singing and so forth and so on. Again, seen every version of this, man. And I was waiting for this. I was waiting for it because I was definitely impressed with the play. So going into it, I definitely tried to keep an open mind and not just go straight to, some of them suck. And my whole point of The Color Purple earlier was, I love the original Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg in it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love that movie. It's such a classic movie. I had not seen the play, saw the adaptation of the play into a movie, and it was okay. It was cool. It was okay. I was just too stuck on the original movie to be like, oh my God, this is the new one right here. However, because I have not seen the play, I cannot compare it to it. I'm just going off of what other people say, and they say that the play is better. So going into this, okay, my thought is, I wonder if the play is just going to be better, and hopefully they don't drop the ball. I must say, going in, the first thing I have to do, I have to give it to him. I really do believe that Ariana Grande, a girl, you know what I'm saying?
I believe you're talking about Cynthia.
Yes.
Erivo.
Absolutely.
Cynthia Erivo.
Yes. I believe they straight bodied those roles. I was highly impressed with Ariana because, her being a singer and so forth and so on, some of them can act, some of them they're just using their names and so forth and so on. But for this role here, I think it was great casting. I think she bodied it. You know what I'm saying? I have to give it to her for what Delinda is in the play and how she does and everything like that. Yeah, I had to give it to it. And of course, Cynthia, I mean, come on, man. I mean, we talking about Harriet Tubman here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she bodies every role to me. Definitely a major upcoming actress, black actress at that. So I was definitely impressed with her. Now, before we go heavy into it, bro, I want to set this up for the people that did not know that this was based on The Wizard of Oz. This is more of a prequel to it, and kind of gets you to where when we meet Dorothy and all those characters, those wonderful characters that we come to love in The Wizard of Oz, there are so many things. There's such a backstory that led up to that point. It's not so black and white. You get it? The original one being black and white, whatever. So I'm here to Thursday. So
hey, I know, be here all week.
Everybody. I know, right? I know people sit there groaning like, "Oh God, it's so corny." Anyway, for those that know, they know. You know what I'm saying? The original Wizard of Oz was in black and white. Okay. Anyway, so all right, here's the synopsis. Misunderstood because of her green skin, a young woman named Elphaba forges an unlikely but profound friendship with Glinda, otherwise known as Glinda. Don't forget the G. A student with an unflinching desire for popularity. Following an encounter with the Wizard of Oz, their relationship soon reaches a crossroad as their lives begin to take very different paths. Now, the release date for this is November 22nd. Director is John M. Chu. Adapted from Wicked and The Wizard of Oz. Distributed by Universal Pictures and with a budget of $145 million.
$145 million.
Oh, yeah. They spent a little bread on here, bro. They spent a little bread. Now, of course, you see...
They're going to make it all back and then some.
Oh, and then some. And if you see the wizardry of what they did on screen, yeah. I see about 145 for sure. So
the wizardry, huh?
Yeah, I'm on a roll here, brother. I'm on a roll. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you cooking, dog? Hey, solo, ball up top, man. Solo, isolation play, man.
You feel me, dog?
Running.
But so yeah, man. So here's what I do love, X. This is what I love. I love that what we get to know about the witch and Glinda and everything else and the wizard and all the stuff in Oz, it's not so much, what you think it is. And I think that's what I always respected about Wicked, because everything was flipped. Now, as they say in the synopsis, Glinda is a student with unflinching desire for popularity. We know those kind, right? I mean, we saw that. You see that in Mean Girls. You see that in other, like high school movies and so forth and so on, where you have this
the teen drama.
The teen drama. You want to be popular, and then the person that's not popular, they get clowned on, and you know what I'm saying? They get bullied. They end
up liking the popular person,
of course.
But because they're an outcast, they can't be with the popular person because popular people want to be with popular.
They want to be with popular people.
That cliche.
That same old cliche. However, what also goes along with that cliche, we also know that so-called popular person really has the most, self-esteem issues than anyone. You know what I mean? And this is really no different. Right?
Yep. You could really say that their life is curated that way, kind of, sort of, in a way.
Right. Absolutely. The wonderful thing about Wicked, for those who don't know, we won't spoil anything, but the wonderful thing about Wicked is that you basically find out, I mean, you can pretty much see it from the trailers, that the Wicked Witch isn't the Wicked Witch. And what I did like about it, what I really like about it now, is the casting of Cynthia. Because as it starts off saying, misunderstood because of her green skin. Now, this is a black woman who she's used to being misunderstood because of her black skin or brown skin. I thought this was perfect casting, because who else could bring across?
Who else to bring that alive than a misunderstood black woman?
Who wears her hair short, and you know what I'm saying, and all these things here. I was like, that is perfect. Now, that's no slight or no, ding against any of the original actresses who actually were white and they just, had their skin painted, green and so forth and so on. But as far as this movie adaptation, I think it was perfect casting for her because she knows how it feels to be, judged based on your skin. Your skin being your skin color being your sin, right? Skin is your sin. So
skin is your sin, brother. Hold on, now let that breathe for a second, brother.
Hey, let him have it.
Skin is the sin, baby. Ooh, that boy right there, he on your way. You cooking. Five-star meals coming out your kitchen.
I'm trying to tell you right now, brother. I'm on the road, baby. Nah, but I appreciate it, man.
Let him cook.
But this is when I found out that she was going to be, and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's perfect. And I'm pretty sure there's some black people out there that's probably mad. Like, see what they always do? They do the same thing. We can't just be black in the movie. You know what I'm saying? We got to be colored and they got to paint us and all this stuff. Like Gamora with what's with people, man? Your space Avengers. I like to call them.
They are called the Guardians of the Galaxy, brother. All right.
Oh my God. So
that should pass right there. That should pass.
Right.
All right now.
So yeah, but for me, bro, I thought that was like perfect because I'm like, she will be able to bring that across. You know what I mean? I like the part even in the trailer when no girl's like, oh my God, you're green, and she's like, oh my God, I am, and she kind of gives that little smirk, like, girl, I know I'm green. You know what I'm saying?
The sarcasm.
You feel me, bro? But it's like I love the skin I'm in. And just watching her be accepting of that, I thought was like just awesome because that's how we have to do as black people, be accepting of our skin. You know what I'm saying? No matter what anybody says, to love the skin that we're in. So I just thought that was genius. Also, the casting of Ariana, and no matter what people try to say about her, whatever, man, and I don't know if it's from her being this popular, pop star and whatnot, and knowing how it feels to have everybody just, oh my God, we love you, whatever. And maybe, just maybe, she actually got a chance to display some of her own insecurities, as this popular person, you know what I'm saying, who has all these people around her basically kissing her butt and all the time and so forth and so on. So maybe she was able to dig in deep to some real life situations with this role. So that right there, I thought that was genius, because when it came down to her actually portraying who Glinda is in the Wicked universe and story, man, that's Glinda. I mean, Glinda is technically, let's make sure we understand this, and I'm not gonna spoil anything. Technically, she's not the good witch that you know her to be. You see what I'm saying? She's faulted. You know what I'm saying? She's flawed. Mm-hmm. And you see it from the jump. I mean, she literally comes on the screen like, hey, usually people say, oh my God, it's so good to see y'all. And her thing is like, oh my God, it's so good to see me, isn't it? She's like, good night, good grave, girl.
Oh yeah, I knew where this was going, and this ain't no spoiler alert, but you could kind of understand the person that we're talking about vaguely and trying to get a detail on. But I already knew what we was getting into when she said, I think probably one of my favorite quotables that probably resonated with me the most was, "Oh, I didn't get my way."
Right.
I think I need to lie down.
I think I need to lie down. I actually did not get my way. What is going on? The world is about to explode.
I'm feeling faint. The world is the world is crashing down around me because I didn't get my way.
I did not get my way.
What is going on here?
Yeah. And that was perfect. It was perfect because there are actually people out there who are shocked. They're so used to getting their way with everything. And when they don't, they have no idea what to do. They don't know what to do. Their whole world is rocked. And just for them to be able to do that and bring that across the way they did, I was just like, oh my God, this is genius. I'm hoping that some people are learning from looking at this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't have your way all the time, and sometimes the people that you think nobody's gonna be paying attention to, they're not gonna want, is the person that everybody actually wants to be around, So like I said, man, knowing the play, I'm watching the movie like, let's see how much they really, keep it true to the story. And I must say, so far as I'm watching, as we going into it, I'm like, okay, this is on par. Now with the movie, I feel like they was able to flesh things out a little bit more, because with the play, you had to condense it a bit because you have to try to fit all of this thing into just these couple of hours that you get with the play, and you have an intermission with the play as well. So, and now I will go ahead and skip around and say this real quick. There's going to be a little bit of controversy, I would say, a little bit of divisiveness when it comes to the ending of this movie and what they chose to do. Do I agree with it? Don't know, because it actually is, it differs from the original play. It definitely veers off from how things were wrapped up with that play. So, more on that later. But as my man said, X said, we find out that Ariana basically is used to getting her way. Everybody's kissing her butt. And she pretty much, she starts off as the Glinda that we know from The Wizard of Oz, right? She's so good. If you go back and look at it now and you see Wicked, she's so good and it almost makes you want to throw up. Like you kind of throw up in your mouth a little bit because you're like, oh my gosh, she's just so good. You know what I mean? Like nobody's that good. Somebody, you got to have a little something, little edge or something in there. You did something, right? And this is what we get to find out in Wicked. Who is actually who? And I like that it lets you decide, is the Wicked Witch really wicked? Was she provoked to be so-called wicked? Or was wicked just a term that was thrown upon her as so many people have been called wicked? There's so many people in other countries that we're supposed to look at them as enemies, right? But if you go in their country, they look at us, we're the enemies, we're the bad guys. You see what I'm saying?
We're weirdos. Yep.
Right. And so I think this is definitely a good look into that. You know what I mean? You really put a magnifying glass on this to say, well, who's really good and who's really bad. I think that's what Wicked is all about.
Inner reflection, inner monologue, really holding that mirror up to kind of make you question things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you get to choose.
I like that.
You like that? Yeah, because you actually get to choose. When you watch this movie, you get to choose. Well, who's bad, who's good, and what is good and what is bad. You know what I'm saying? It actually is subjective. You know what I mean? So, but we are basically introduced to Elphaba, as a child, and we kind of find out there's some things that went on, you know what I mean, with the parents, and it got really deep, dog. That part right there, I was like, I don't remember that from the play, but they got really deep, dog. I was like, boy, they starting to get really in the weeds with this one here, because a little bit of infidelity going on and stuff. And you're like, well, did it happen because of that?
Yeah, because I was gonna say, would you say that would be something of, something that they wanted to differentiate in the film, that they kind of went into a little bit more detail about, possibly?
Yeah, I think so, bro, because I kind of don't remember that from the play. However, I wasn't mad at it. I'm like, oh, they're really fleshing this out. Now, from whatever the play was adapted from, original book-wise or script and so forth and so on, I don't know how deep they got it to that. Again, like I said, you have to condense it with the play because you only have so much time. I think with the movie, they was able to flesh things out a little bit, but they really got into it, bro. And it makes me wonder, was she born from that? Or was she born, you know what I'm saying? Or was she just going to always be who she is? And there's certain little things that kind of, hint with the green bottle and everything like that. Was she green because of that? You feel what I'm saying? So again, man, it's how you interpret what you see on the screen. But she's heard from the jump. She's heard from the jump. There was no magical spell or nothing, whatever, no curse or whatever. She's just who she was. She was always unique. And we see from the jump that she was always powerful. She always had that power stirring in her. But we also do get a chance to see that she had goodness in her. She actually had goodness in her. Now, if you ever look at the original Wicked Broadway play banner, you actually see the White Witch whispering into the ear of the Green Witch, which alludes to basically her kind of influencing the bad witch, the so-called Wicked Witch. You know what I mean? Yeah, and if you actually look at it, she's whispering into her ear, and it's like, is she kind of using her as a puppet? Is she trying to influence her? So forth and so on. So again, subjective. You know what I mean? And I like the way they got her. She's all white on there, and the other one she's all black on there, right? Because we know white, is supposed to be light, and the black is supposed to be darkness.
Purity.
Right?
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Purity, cleanse, and darkness, and agony, and the tale of two strides, as they say.
A lot of symbolism here. And so you can go really, really, really deep with it if you really want to dig down into it. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of YouTubers that really dig into this story. But like I said, we get to find out that Elphaba really isn't a bad person at all. She's very protective of her sister. Now, here's the thing though. Don't piss her off. Don't do it because she is harnessing power inside of her that she just cannot control. And these powers are manifest through her emotions. All right. Now, when we first pretty much introduced to Galinda, we get kind of that little stuck up, conceited kind of kid who's like X said, she's used to getting her way, and she walks that way. She travels that way. She looks at everybody like, you're going to miss me, aren't you? I'm just so wonderful. I would miss me too. Oh my God. So she's on that kick, right? To the point where you're like, oh my God, she's kind of annoying actually. You know what I'm saying? So, but we've seen this before in real life. We know how this goes, right? Now we also learned that, they have a school, and this is called, what is it called, man? It's like Skits or Shiv or something like that. Shiz. There you go. The shizness. It's the shiznik.
Shiz University.
Shiz University. Now, I will say the first time I saw it, bro, you know what it reminded me of? And this is for all my Harry Potter fans out there. It kind of reminded me of Hogwarts. I was like, okay, that's cool. Kind of got that Hogwarts feel to it. I'm digging it. But this is where, young wizards and witches or however, or whatever, they go to school and they try to learn to control their powers, or basically see if they even have them, and so forth and so on. We also find out that there's people from Munchkinville, you know what I mean? Which I thought was kind of cool, because you always thought as the Munchkins as just being super small, Oopa Loopa looking people, you know what I'm saying? But actually, some of them got a little bit of height on them, you know what I mean? They're not super short, but
some of them are blessed, born differently. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's, born and bred at the same.
Right. And so you have all walks of life at this school, and that part I like, because it reminded me of The Wizard of Oz, where you ran into all these different characters. You even have talking animals, and that right there was something that I felt like, okay, cool, that's really good that they're having that in here, because again, with the the skin color, and colorism and things like that, and they having that using the animals, in fact that some of the animals can talk, which I thought was cool, because of course when we get into The Wizard of Oz, we find it as a cowardly lion, but he can talk. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did that happen? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you picked up on it, bro, but I felt like that was a wink toward to him. You know what I'm saying? When
oh, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. It fleshed everybody out in a sense of it. It connected the story to where it's like, okay, you had questions about this. Well, if you didn't know, it came from something. It was a thing.
It was a thing.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, when they show us something, they show us it for a reason.
Yep.
So when the professor dives into history, we learn about history. And I think that was fleshed out for a reason, as a nod to our, wonderful cowardly lion.
Yep. And that professor that he's referring to is played by Peter Dinklage. He's playing the character of Dr. Dillamon. And Dillamon is he's a goat. And I thought it was pretty cool. How they try to have him say Galinda, you know what I mean? But he can't say it because he's got to say Glinda, you know what I'm saying? He's a goat. What do you expect? Like he said, we don't have the what he said, the front teeth or the front, you know what I'm saying? We can't pronounce our words like that. Come on, give us a break. I mean, just be happy that we even talking right now. You understand what I'm saying? But this goat, he's actually teaching a class, and when what we get a chance to see that there's a little bit of, I don't want to say racism in a sense or whatever, but people aren't feeling these talking animals, Now we don't know who this is or who's starting it, but we do understand that something happens during one of these classes that lets you know that not everybody is feeling the talking animals. Now, what has happened before all of this, of course, that Elphaba really is just dropping off her sister, you know what I mean, to this university, played by Marissa Bode. She's playing Nessa Rose, and this is Elphaba's sister. Now we do know, if you know the Wizard of Oz, that the Wicked Witch, she had a sister. You know what I'm saying? Now this just happened to be the sister that Dorothy drops the house on. You know what I'm saying? When she, gets caught up in the tornado and whatever in Kansas, the house lands basically on Elphaba's sister. Now, in the Wizard of Oz, we never get a chance to really see her in action and whatever. So again, that's what Wicked is for, is to flesh out these other characters, is to give everybody an origin story. Everybody gets an origin story. And Nessa Rose has one somewhere. They all come from somewhere. Now we find out that Nessa Rose is in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? She's disabled and everything like that, but and Elphaba is protective of her. However, what I did like is that she's protective over her, but at the same time, she's like, no, she's not an invalid. She's, she can do things on her own. Let her do things on her own. Let her roll herself to the, wherever she needs to go. You don't need somebody pushing her all the time. She don't need somebody doing something for her all the time, and I thought that was cool.
Give her a sense of independency. Don't make her feel like, because obviously we, as able-bodied people, we might not know or understand the plights of disabled people, right? But at the end of the day, we can humanize on them wanting to feel as normal as possible, whatever their definition of normal may be, because everybody's definition changes.
Yes.
But what they perceive could be as normal as possible. So I do love that little nugget too, that hey, she can move on her own, she can do her own things, she don't need to be coddled, she don't need to be this, that, and the third. Treat her like an individual, treat her like a human.
Oh, I like what you did there, because actually the lady that decided to not listen to Elphaba and push her anyway, her name was Miss Coddle. So I thought that was absolutely perfect, because that's exactly what she tried to do. She tried to coddle her. So good point right there, dude. Good segue.
See what I did there?
I see exactly what you did there.
Yeah. See, I'm right there with you. I'm trying to catch up to you, bro.
I like it.
Trying to catch up to you.
I like it a lot. Now, what we do find out, though, that her relationship with her father, Elphaba's father, is a little strange, because, he's not feeling the fact that she turned out green. I don't know if she, now that's one part they never did let you know. Did he find out about the infidelity? You know what I'm saying? Does he feel this way because of that, or he just feels that way because she's green?
She came out green.
You see what I'm saying? They never really lay that part. That's kind of one issue, but all good.
No, but the estranged, they hit that on they made sure we felt that.
For sure.
Hey, he is ashamed.
Yep.
To have this daughter.
Yep.
She can't speak. She barely can act on her own without him trying to come down on her for any of the slightest things. Don't you speak. Don't you speak right now.
Yep. Don't you say
And the whole
nothing.
reason why she even stayed at the university was because he said, make sure your sister is as comfortable as possible.
Yep.
And again, her saying, she's grown. She's an adult. She's got this.
Yeah.
She can handle it.
Yeah.
But then obviously that resentment is like, don't you backtalk me. Go make sure she's okay. And it's
right.
like,
yeah, man. But obviously she respects her father and so forth and so on. But he loves him some Nessa Rose, boy, and he ain't even trying to, I just feel like,
that's his favorite.
Yeah,
that's his
come
favorite.
on,
He
bro.
don't even hide.
He ain't even trying to hide it, dog. Like, come on, dude. Good grief.
Oh yeah, blatant.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So you already seen and I feel like there is sympathy there for Elphaba, and I like the way they set it up. You know what I mean? It's right there in your face. You feel bad for her immediately, or at least you should, because you see the way people react to her when she just walks in the room minding her business, and people are like, oh my god, you just hear gasping the whole You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, man, can you imagine walking through somewhere and everybody, right? So then again, like I'm like, now that's how it feels to be black sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, okay.
The fact that she, and if you notice Price too, the fact that she even has a disclaimer.
Right.
Yes, I was born this way.
Yep. No, I didn't. I know I didn't eat grass. Right. Yeah.
You know,
she has a whole line, don't she?
Common questions that I know I get asked. So let me just make sure I defuse this right away. Okay. Hey, she has a whole disclaimer for anybody that talks to her.
Yep.
And that she's on autopilot to immediately say that stuff.
Yes. Yes. Look,
speaks volume.
Which also makes her a little bit on the defensive, because even if someone isn't coming to her that way, she's just automatically like, yeah, that's got to be what your deal is. That's got to be why you're looking at me. That's got to be why you're talking to me right now. So yeah, but that's what it creates. You know what I mean? So when some people say, "Oh my God, they got a chip on their shoulder," or they're angry. Well, did you ever take time to think about what they went through in their life? Do you understand what it is to be them on a daily basis, and how they might just feel like, you know what? I already know that you're probably looking at me. I know I got this big mole on my face, or I got something. You know what I'm saying? You know what? What is it? Impetigo or something like that. Impetigo. Yeah. So you know, I know you're looking at me for a reason. You know, you're not coming to me talking to me because you care or something. It's something about me or whatever. So I just thought all of that just perfect, man. I'm like, they really making people look inside themselves. Like, look at the way you treat people. Be mindful of the way you treat people. You know what I'm saying? Forget the color of their skin.
Not only that, the little things. Watch your mannerisms. Watch how you stare at people. Watch how you speak. Watch how you say things. Because you just never know what that person has gone through in their life. And you obviously are not helping
at all
with the stares and the alienation at all.
So I like the way they set her up. And of course, like I said, Glinda, you know, I mean, we just know her as a good witch. That's how she's literally labeled, as the good witch. However, she don't look so good. You know, looks very self-centered, looks like it's all about me, and so forth and so on. But as we continue to go, we also find out that Elphaba is actually so powerful indeed that Madame Morrible, played by Michelle Yeoh, she finds a lot of interest in her. I mean, she literally looks past Glinda, like, Glinda, get out the way. Ain't nobody talking to you. I need to holler at this Elphaba character, you know what I'm saying? See what she's talking about, because she senses the power in her already. Like, hey, there's something with this girl. And then she decides to take her on her wing, you know. Now, I will point out real quick, and I thought it was cool. There are a lot of different type of verbiage used in Oz. I mean, what you normally might say your everyday speech, they change it up quite a bit up in Oz. You know what I'm saying? They liable to say anything any kind of way. You know, they be like, whoa, okay, yeah, they definitely got their own love language there.
Yeah, it's a little different. The lingo is kind of, you know, Arabescent of that time.
Mm-hmm.
It reflects where they were, and you know, the slang is slanging.
Yeah,
let's just say that the slang is slanging
for sure. It kind of reminds me of an old episode of Living Color, man. Damon Wayans used to play a guy that was in prison. You know what I'm saying? And the guys that come out of prison, you know what I'm saying, that's been in there, they've been reading and all that stuff there. And they just say they so much smarter than everybody now, but the words they use, you know, see the affirmation, you know, and the unethical abonism of the, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, okay, you making up stuff now. What is this, Wikipedia? What do you?
Or T.I. Shout out to Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Even T.I., you know, when the way he would expand his vernacular, everybody kind of, you know.
Shout out T.I. for sure.
That's another good example. But hey, I'm just saying. First thing that came to my mind when I thought about it too, I'm like, so this must be what it sounds like.
Yeah. See, the proclamation of the exclamation of the declaration is he sounds like an old young Jesse James or something. I mean Jesse Jackson, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man. Okay, so that's one thing that we definitely learned. They got their own lingo. But anyway. So yeah, man. So anyway, we started to notice though, man, like, okay, you know, somebody's getting noticed. She's getting noticed, and as this happens, you know, things kind of open up a little bit, and Glinda, you know, kind of realizes, like, you know what, I might need to get a little closer to her, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the smart kid. You know, you know, not miss big on campus as I thought I was. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so you know, all of these things are going on. You know, like I said, definitely not going to spoil this for y'all. But what we will say is that this really fleshes out these characters. If you love the Wizard of Oz, you will definitely get all of these characters fleshed out, including the wizard. Now, if you know the story, then you already know about the wizard and his origin story and who he really is and why he's called a wizard and is he really a wizard at all? Does he really have any powers and so forth and so on. And again, I'm sitting like, man, who hasn't watched the Wizard of Oz, right? You know what I mean? But I just don't want to spoil it because I know there's all those people out there, especially if we have some younger listeners. But played by Jeff Goldblum, I thought was perfect because he's such a weird dude. You know what I'm saying? He's such a weird dude, bro. But you love him though. You love his weirdness.
Right he's a weird dude, but he's right for the role.
Oh my God, bro.
Always is. And you know, sometimes going back in the days, the wizard wasn't really fleshed out. If you really look back at the story, he was never really fleshed out. So to see the wizard really fleshed out, not to put a face to the wizard, but just, you know, a little bit more relatable and kind of like understanding that man's a phony. No,
not so one-dimensional. You know, definitely not one so
one-dimensional
that, you know, that they have them usually. You know, and you're right. You know, definitely open them up to being human. You know what I'm saying? A human person. Now, the man is smart. I mean, mechanically, you know what I'm saying? You know, he is smart, dog. I mean, he can definitely engineer some things, you know what I mean, which helps along with his story, you know what I mean, of what he's trying to portray as being the wizard. You know what I mean? He is doing some things they've never seen before. But that's just, you know, from his engineering skills. You know what I'm saying? So again, I like it. I like the casting. I like Michelle Yeoh, you know what I'm saying, doing her thing. You know, I was not really mad at any of the casting, you know, at all. And I saw a lot of Broadway people in there. I think that thought it was really cool that they decided to add the people from the Broadway play who actually played Glinda and who actually played as Elphaba. You know, they actually had them cameoing in the film, and I thought, okay, that's perfect for all the Broadway lovers, you know, the ones who love that Broadway play. That it was perfect, bro. It was perfect. And I thought it was a nice little nod to them. Give them their props. You know what I mean? They are part of the reason that this thing has made it to film now. You see what I'm saying? They've done just an amazing job on Broadway. Yeah, give them their flowers, man. Let them be in the movie. Let them get their shine, you know?
I agree.
Thought that was great, you know, and I thought it was great that I see Timmy recognized it, and I see E, you know, she recognized it. So that was cool, you know, for people who are watching. They're like, oh my God, that's, you know, she had to, you know, tell me, oh, that's the girl from the Sunset. I was like, oh, for real? Huh? How about that? You know what I'm saying? So I thought all that was great, the way they was able to put that all in there and not shoehorn it, man. Not just fit them in there just because, hey, we're just trying to get a cameo, but actually let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And their part made sense. You know, it really did with the story. It made sense. You know, it wasn't just trying to stick them in there.
That part, and because that's the part that, you know, sometimes gets lost making films. We can run into situations a lot where it's like you're just using this to, I guess, elevate it a little bit more, but kind of like, you know, mishandle the situation.
Yeah.
Instead of elevate, let them shine, let them do what they do. You know, right. I know we've watched some movies in the past where the cameos or the homages to the predecessor could have been done a little bit more in a nod and a wink kind of way, instead of a, well, I'm gonna use this person because of their name and boom, this will be a clickbait moment for everybody to. So I just respect the fact that Wicked really went out the way to help put a shine on the play. You know what I'm saying, too? Because again, like you said, that's what got them to the dance. Yeah. We wouldn't have been able to make this film had we not had a play. That worked. You know what I'm saying? For real. That worked. Because I left the movie wanting to go see the play.
That's what's
honestly.
Up. That's what's up. That's what it should do. The same way our reviews should make you want to go see that movie.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
See what he did there? That boy cooking, man. Y'all don't hear it on these audio waves. That boy, man, he giving y'all Thanksgiving ahead of time. He really is.
Man. Oh boy, you're a trip. So I definitely want to shout out Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey playing the Prince.
Shout out Jonathan Bailey, man.
Yeah, Prince Ferrio.
Shout out Jonathan Bailey, man.
He did his thing, man. I was entertained. I was entertained. Okay, X, are you not entertained? I was entertained.
Are you not entertained? Oh, I see what you did there. See?
You know what's next.
We on our way. We on our way.
You know what's next. Y'all stay tuned for that Gladiators 2 review coming very soon. So Jonathan Bailey. Now, from what Timmy told me, he's Bridgerton. Did not know that, but it makes sense.
Yes, he plays the older brother that is married to the Indian woman. If you know, you know, you know. So it's good to see somebody else in theater that, you know, really lends a hand, and he kind of elevated this role as well. He's really good at what he does. I see.
Yeah. Definitely, because I mean, it made me like, oh, maybe I need to check out some Bridgerton to see him do his thing. He definitely handled, like, I'll put it this way. When he was on the scene, you're asphyxiated with him. You know what I'm saying? You're watching him. He's doing his things. He's all over the place, and he's commanding that scene.
The charisma, the swagger. Yeah, I see what you mean.
You feel what I'm saying? Everything. I mean, he had the chicks, the dudes, everybody wanted him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is a bad boy. Apparently,
crazy. Yeah, that's a bad boy right there. That's a player.
That's a player for sure.
Know what he got.
Yeah, he got everybody. The goats, the animals, everybody on him. So I was like, my man did his thing.
Birds, the bees.
Right? Oh, nine. So I thought that was well. Now, what you do end up having is a bit of a love triangle, okay, between him and Galinda and Elphaba and everything like that. And you know, he's torn between the two. I mean, because you got the popular, super pretty, you know, Galinda, right? Of course. I mean, how is he not going to be attracted to her? He's a prince and he's perfect and she's perfect, right? Two perfect people. However, he's a bit of a bad boy. He's a bit of a, you know, troublemaker in a sense. He likes shaking things up. And that's what he sees with Elphaba, because Galinda, you know, she's going with the crowd. You know what I mean? She plays it safe. Elphaba, on the other hand, she's not worried about what everybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? She's going to do what she feels. And that's truly who he is inside. He wants to do what he feels. However, he's a prince and he knows that, you know, he has to move a certain kind of way and so forth and so on. Like Galinda.
Price, hold on. No, well, hold on, Price. I don't know if you caught this line, but Ariana said to him,
that she really does.
Fearless.
Mm-hmm.
But she does care.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she's great at hiding it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I called it.
The plight of a strong black woman,
right?
Hit me right in the heart. I cried like a baby.
I know, right? But yeah. So whether she with good at hiding it or not, you know what I'm saying? She definitely is not like Galinda. She is definitely not worried about you know, having all these pawns behind her and so forth and so on. And she much rather be off on her own and do her own thing than to worry about the acceptance of the world, which, hey, I feel that, because that's me for sure. I mean, hey, you know, like me or not, you know what I'm saying? I want to be happy with myself. And I think that
absolutely
was the struggle with Elphaba, of just trying to make sure that she stays happy with herself. Her decisions that she made in that movie were based on her being happy with herself, you know what I mean? And not trying to please the world of Oz.
There we go.
So
there we go. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I thought just the way they did it, man, and you know what I'm saying, there's no way for us not to spoil it, you know what I'm saying, if we go super deep on it, so we definitely won't do that. But what I feel like I'll say, and I'll definitely give you a chance to say yours too, is that from beginning to end, from the time it started to the time it ended, I was locked in. 2 hours and 41 minutes of it, I was locked in. I'm not the biggest musical lover. I do prefer just go ahead and say what you got to say. I don't want you to, you know, yes, we're going to go to the store and we're going to buy some bread and tea and, you know, I don't necessarily need all that.
We're going to need some milk and we're going to need some eggs.
Yes. Oh, this costs too much. Put it back, you know, but, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all that. However, the balance, and I'm going back to what I was saying in the beginning, the balance of it, I feel like was on par, because there was enough speaking dialogue, you know, going on that it didn't bother me like, oh my God, can you just get through one line without singing it? It wasn't that. And I was cool with that. It was balanced out enough, bro, that I could stomach it. You know, so for anybody out there who is not a big musical person like myself, I think that if you want to, you know, take your girl or just go, you know, just go see a movie, whatever, it doesn't even matter. I think you will be able to stomach this. I think you'll be able to stomach it. So I was pretty impressed with him with that. So, you know, how did you feel about it, brother?
Well, I would like to start off by saying I'm not the one to turn this into black and white. I'm really not. But, you know, growing up around black women, I do feel like, just going back to what you said about Cynthia kind of embodying her role, nobody understands misunderstood like a black woman. I believe everybody feels that sentiment, and it just shows throughout the film. She does an amazing job at making you feel. I think that's the beautiful part about a movie. Like you said, the fleshing out, A1, spectacular. The little minute details are there. Everything's there that you need to be there. Obviously, there's some small stuff in the story that, you know, but it's overlooked by how well developed everything is. And Cynthia's power to make you feel, I believe, will strike the viewers differently too. It can, you know, resonate with them a little bit more should they, you know, really be in the plate to really understand. I think everybody, Ariana, John, I think Jeff, Michelle, Ethan, all of them, down to Peter as the GOAT, everybody did a wonderful job. Bowen, everybody did a wonderful job as their character. The casting of this movie was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
The
diversity,
hit this out the park.
Yes.
Oh,
the diversity.
The diversity.
You got black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American. You got it all in here, bro. And I was like, that's how you Cherokee, represent our world.
Cherokee. You got Indian. You got so many walks of life that is 100% relatable, because at the end of the day, we all know that that's more than likely how Oz was set up to begin with anyway. So just being able to resonate with that, everybody playing to the strengths and weaknesses, you know, fleshing out the wizard. Jeff Goldblum, like I said, I think that was a masterpiece to me. You know, just the minutes of being able to tell, okay, well, who really is the bad guy of this film? Makes you look at Oz differently. It makes you look at everything else in a different kind of lighting for everything, you know? So I harbor on a lot of your points, brother. If I could, you know, because it's about to be that time.
Please.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop my rating, brother.
Please do it.
And listen, small dings, guys, small dings.
Me too.
But this was a very strong, powerful movie that I feel like, you know, you'll enjoy. I feel like anybody will, like you said, you could go date night to see this. You can, you know, go bring the kids to this because it's a sing along. You can, but the messaging in it is just deeper. You know what I'm saying, and more fleshed out. So hopefully, you know, I found myself thinking, well, would I have left the play feeling how I felt about the movie? I can't do that because obviously, you know, it's a little one-sided, and the movie's a little bit more fresher for me. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna have to get this thing a 9, dog.
I know it's coming.
9.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Strong 9.
Strong 9.
Really good movie. Something I see again, like you said. It's not enough of a musical to where we gotta sing about our groceries, but it's enough of a musical to where the emotion in the music connects on a different level. It's full circle.
Yeah.
You know, so it's apropos, and it's well timed too, because it's like some of them songs just kind of, it just hits the emotion home when you're watching the movie. Like the scene sets you up to feel away, and then it's the song that just really takes you on that high of the roller coaster and brings you down. So
yes, 9
is where I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard him. All right. That's what's up. Okay, so we're jumping right into it. So let me go back to what I said I would do earlier, which is for someone that have seen the Broadway play and saw the movie. Okay, for those that want to know, how does it translate over? Does it, is it one for one? Okay. It's not one for one because, let me just say this. When you're in a theater, and I'm talking about a theater for plays, and the lights go down and the music starts where they have a live orchestra and the production designer has put all these props together and they're bringing things in, and you, again, you just have to use your imagination for a minute. Okay. You just have to use your imagination, and you see somebody flying across the sky and you look like, oh my God, where's the strings at? I don't see the wire, and and all this stuff here. And then the song, just as you mentioned, X, you mentioned the songs. Yes, the songs. However, in a theater, more enclosed and more intimate, with the lights down low and you're just right there, and this woman or man is belting out these songs, it's a little more powerful. It's a little more felt because they're right there and you feel like you can reach out and touch them. The person is right there in your face, not on a screen. You know what I'm saying? Not listening to it through these speakers. You hear them singing and see them singing right in front of you. So while I heard all the same songs and everything like that, I will say that you feel them more in a theater that's made for plays. That I will start off by saying. If you appreciate the architect and the imagination of people who design these plays and make the props and everything, and you only have so many minutes to change between scenes, and then when they bring out and it looks like, oh my God, now they're in the room, or now they're in the Emerald City, or and you're like, oh my God, it takes you there for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh my God, wow. Well, the movie does all of that for you. You know what I'm saying? They give you the imagination because they put it all right there on the screen. They spent $145 million to do so. And they did well, did absolutely great. Can't take away from it. However, the difference, if people want to know, the difference is, I think it's a lot more intimate and it's a lot more felt when you're watching the Broadway play, because the people are right there. You look like you can really reach out and touch them. And if you wait long enough after the play, you might actually get a chance to meet some of them. However, you don't get a chance to do that in the movies. You know what I'm saying? So that's the major difference from me. Now, does that take away from it? Not really. It just depends on which platform, you know what I'm saying, which pathway of entertainment you prefer. I think that also is subjective. So that, I just want to say, is the difference for me. Besides that, I think they was able to flesh out things a little bit more. Like I said, the whole thing with the infidelity, with the, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even remember that. Now, if it happened, I'm like, they must have really got through that real quick, because I just don't remember that being something so prominent. But I will say, I will just get straight to my dings, which is, I would have liked to know a little bit more of why he just did not accept her. Is it just because of her green skin, or did he find out about the infidelity and so forth and so on? He just resented her because he never looked at her as his own child. However, Nessa Rose was, in his mind, she had regular skin color and everything like that, and you know, saying she wasn't this abomination to him as Elphaba was. He treated Elphaba like an abomination. You know what I'm saying? So, like a curse. Other thing I would say, like I say, with the, you know, some of the songs and whatever, I felt the songs more when I watched the play than I did with here. Now, I did like the songs or whatever, but as I was telling Timmy before we got started, was that when I watched Wonka, that latest Wonka that they did, I actually remember more songs from there than I actually did from this play. Now, the Defy Gravity, yes, of course, they even played in the trailer. I remember it. Some of the other ones, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I felt them as much to where I would probably be singing them the next day or whatever. But the Defy Gravity, of course, yep, one of the biggest songs on there. And I think even a couple of people in the theater actually singing along with it because they know. But yes, but other than that, there's so much stuff that I really did like, man. And just how you can peel back the layers of what they're really trying to say. Like, what are they really trying to say? Are they actually trying to get into colorism and racism and, you know, like you said, dog, the way you treat people and mannerisms and things like that. There's so much stuff to peel back in this movie. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing the way they was able to do it. but not be too preachy, not hit you over the head with it, you know what I'm saying? Not stand on the soapbox with it, but at the same time, make you look inside yourself and make you think about how you might actually treat people who look different than you, who have different backgrounds and different cultures and so forth and so on. And how do you treat them? And how we villainize people that we don't understand. How somebody can say, hey, your boy even said it. You know, the best way to bring people together, give them a villain, give them somebody to hate. And that's things that we use now. You know what I'm saying? Even when you get into the politics and all this stuff here, which I'm not, but that's just things that there's little tricks that people use to get people to follow behind their rhetoric and propaganda, you know? And that's exactly what we saw with the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? So I just thought the way they was doing this was just genius, bro, because they still made you walk away smiling though. You didn't walk away feeling depressed about it. You know what I'm saying? You just walked away smiling.
Nope, I might be singing for the next 2 weeks, dog.
Well, then they did their job. So one little thing that I can't spoil because it is absolutely a spoiler, I feel, even though some people are like, but there's a way that they chose to end this one that I think will be very divisive. I think people may have an issue with it. For people who watch the play, it is definitely different from how the play ended. And I just don't know where they're going with this because I'm like, well, if you're gonna do that, well, technically, you're just getting back into the Wizard of Oz. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna do it, but that's where I have to ding it because I thought when I got to the end that this is how they wanted to end it. The fact that they chose to end it differently or whatever, I'm like, I don't know about that. I guess I just need to see what they do next. Those are my only things. So with those said, I will give this a 9.5. I would have given it a 10 had they not chose to end it the way they did. And if they'd have just given me a little bit more with their father of just like, man, why you hating on Ethel so bad, bro? You know what I mean? Come on, you love your wife, right? She comes out of your wife, like regardless of whatever, you know, come on. But anyway. I got it. I had to give it, man. 9.5, man. This movie almost got a 10 for me, dog. Because I mean, like I said, for a 2 hour and 41 minute movie, and I'm in it the whole way. Woo, boy. Yeah, they had your boy. So I definitely suggest y'all go see it.
That says a lot. Listen, Price has been very vocal about his stance on musicals, ladies and gentlemen. So if he tell you that this one of them ones. Hey, I believe it.
Man.
I truly wholeheartedly believe it. He's a genuine person, and if it doesn't feel too preachy for him, then I have no doubts in my mind that you all will enjoy it just as much as we did.
Absolutely. And then we'll still walk away with some lessons too, though. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, now it's not too preachy, but you do if you're
but you get to thinking, all right.
You get to thinking.
You're gonna think.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Thank you.
Now look, the Prince was doing some thinking in the movie. We do some thinking after. So
I see you, dog. You definitely paid attention to this one, boy. You got all the little obscure little lines too, like the little throwaway lines, but you caught them, boy. You caught them. That's what's up.
Locked in, brother.
Locked in. All right.
That's a rating of 9.25, y'all.
Woo.
So we're telling y'all this is a good movie.
Absolutely.
This is worth seeing. This is worth sitting down. Don't let 2 hours and 40 minutes scare y'all, okay? Yeah. It's not gonna sing you to death.
Yeah.
I promise you.
For sure. Absolutely, man. Well, you know what time it is, bro. We're at the end of our show. But we can't go out.
Let me hit them with that quote then, dog.
Please do.
Let me hit them with that quote, dog. Our quote of the day reads, "You glow differently when you're actually happy." That's right. You can glow bright green when you actually happy.
And when you got that glow, you feel that one when you got that glow. So that's all for my
that glow.
Yeah, all my Last Dragon fans out there, they know what it is. It's the power of elevation. Now you see what musicals do? Musicals make you want to sing everything. Now I want to sing every single thing that I see because of a musical.
Can you feel that light inside? Can you feel the power?
Yeah.
Can you feel that fire?
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
And you do. And people will say that. People will ask like, oh my God, you're glowing. Oh my God, you seem so happy. And you're like, what I do? You know, like, but you can't see it because you're on the inside. You know what I'm saying? But you have a certain swagger about yourself. You have a certain light about yourself when you're happy. So please, I implore you all, try to find that happiness in your life so you can find your glow as well. Now,
we all glow. Mm-hmm. Some of us might glow different colors than others, but there's a glow inside every single one of us.
Absolutely. Okay, now y'all know how we end this thing off all the time. Can't do it without the hangout mantra, and that is, it's not the quantity of people, it's the quality. Guys, y'all know we love y'all, and we ask y'all every time to please like, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications.
Turn on that bell. Turn on for you.
No doubt. Guys, we appreciate y'all as always spending this time with us. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all so much for all the love that y'all give us. Thank y'all for supporting the videos that we're putting out, and just continue to show up, man. We really appreciate y'all. The ones that's been here for the jump. Oh my God, come on, you hangers. Y'all know what it is. Y'all are hangers the same way we are, man. And I promise you, man, this thing is going to continue to grow, and we're going to be here right with y'all. So thank y'all so much for coming back. Next up, we got Gladiator 2. We're going to see if you are not entertained.
Hopefully we will have entertained you up until this point, especially if you're a long-time listener. And if not, we will continue to entertain masses.
Absolutely. All right, man. We will see y'all on the next one. We love you. Stay safe. Take care of each other out there. Y'all know what it is. Peace.
Wicked.
You cursed rat! Look what you've done!